use the tape on the floor, okay? So I can use it, you can use it. Visually use it, I use it physically. So, just to explain, I have a cross section right here. There are two lines, one bisecting the other. I put my foot, doesn't have to be on the, let's say on the line for you folks, and then the T is the cross section, the bisecting line. Actually, this tape, I would move it out. The L stance should come out into the side on a new line or a new block. So that means it cannot come here, it cannot come here, it has to come out here. But that's too far for me. So I'm going to modify that, okay? And I'm going to come out here. But it's still on its new block, not in the same blocks that you set your feet up for the T. So here again, saying it in another way. When we're on a T stance and our stem of the capital letter T is bisecting the firm foot or the right or back foot, when we take an L stance, I should be heading out to my blue tape, which is here. Then I check to say, is my foot now, once I put it down, is it parallel to the line of the floor? And is it using its own block, not the block that it was once on? Then I'm allowed to then shift my weight from my back foot. Energy comes across and then down on a bow stance. Okay? So right now, I'm going to see how much you absorbed. You show me where your imaginary blue tape is by putting your heel on an L stance, and I'll set you up. I'll set you up on a T, and you know that you have to come out and to the side, way out to the side. Not this way, not this way, but on its own block. But not so wide that you're stretched out, all right? And then you're gonna hold your stance, and I'm gonna just take a real fast look, okay? Energy stored on the right, take an L stance, and then take a bow stance, and then I can still check you, okay? And I see right away, although my angle may be a little bit off, that you can do it a little further. So keep that stance, drag that front foot back, and ask yourself, do you have a gap such as what I have? And then if not, then you're going to have to take that out into the side a little bit more. One more time. T stance, place your L, your heel, away from the line in a new block, turn your hips and waist, flatten down, and ask yourself now, if you drag your foot back, is there that gap that I want? And okay, warming up. On a T stance, holding your ball, root down. Out on an L, move that ball, part the wild horse's mane, stretch. Sit back, sit down, pivot, firm down, T, out into the side, L, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, ball and T, L and ball, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, firm down, hold the ball on a T, out on an L, move that ball, part the wild horse's mane. Now drag your foot back. Drag your foot back. And you determine whether you have enough of a span. Okay, and then let's adjust. 2 more sets. T, L, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot, firm down, T, ball, L, ball. Here it is. Flip the hand, join it. Last week's lesson, sit back, sit down, pivot, 12 o'clock, stem and cup. What are you gonna do to get out to the 9 o'clock? You're gonna pivot on your heel to go to the 9 o'clock. 2 things happen. Flip the hands, close the feet. middle or cup. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, flip the hands, open the feet. 12 o'clock, stem and cup. 9 o'clock, only flip the hands. 10, 11, 12, stem and cup. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, two things happen. Flip the hands, close the feet. 12 o'clock, middle or cup. 11, 10, 9 o'clock, flip the hands, open the feet. 12 o'clock, cup. We want to get out of cloud hands, so we only flip the hands. We shift our weight to the left and we become a golden cockerel. Down, center, up, golden cockerel. Let's finish it off. Down, center, right hand, right foot coming up, kick out in line. In, down, shift weight, left foot, left hand, out, in, down. Maybe today's lesson and maybe not. Holding your ball on a T stance, out on an L, use your forearm to push your opponent away. Turn your hips and waist, grasp the bird's tail. Pull down, pull back, look back. Turn, square, then contact in the center of your body, push out. Roll back, make yourself small, and then spiral forward. Sit down, sit back. What you do on one side, you must do on the other, holding a ball on a T, out on an L. Push your opponent away. Turn your hips and waist. Drag down the bird's tail. As you look back, turn, square, contact, push, separate and roll back. Make yourself small and spiral forward. Sit down, sit back, pivot, open pivot, in pivot, off the ground, right hand on the inside of the cross as you embrace the tiger, rotate on your wrists, push out one more time. Drop your shoulders, flex your knees, hands go for the ride as you now close your form. Okay, so now you can see the different puzzle pieces fitting in to make our whole, which means now we've covered more than about 3/4 of our movements. And each one has its place, okay? Each one has its place. All right, let's still warm up. Let's do our multitask, okay? On a T, parallel higher. We're gonna do this motion. Out on an L, move the hands, turn the hips and waist, brush your knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot, parallel higher on a T, ear, heel, hand, turn the hips and waist, brush your knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot, parallel higher on a T, ear, heel, hand, turn the hips and waist, brush your knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot, parallel higher on a T, ear, heel, hand, turn the hips and waist, brush your knee. Sit down, sit back, hold your ball on a T.